Hello, you. It's me. Um, I think I've made it clear, and if you don't know, I do consider myself more on the conservative side, and I'm not right, I'm not left, I'm definitely somewhere in the middle where I think most of us are. Uh, but I do watch a lot of YouTube channels that hit on all sides. And JP Spears, or Sears, I always say Spears, it's Sears. His channel is called Awaken with JP, and he's definitely on the right. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but I noticed that the right has gotten a lot stronger with their criticisms, and not just their criticisms, but their quote-unquote parodies, or just, to me, it's just making fun of people. And I understand where they're coming from. Like, take Fetterman. I don't know a lot about him, but I don't think he was a particularly nice person. But he does have a major brain injury. I think he had a stroke. He does not converse well. He struggles to put sentences together and make a lot of sense. And I don't think that making fun of that is really appropriate. A master class in public speaking, how to talk like Fetterman. I just think that's really, even whether he's a bad person or not, the fact is he has a medical condition, and the way that JP talks about it, I feel is going over the line. Now, maybe I'm just sensitive. I don't know. But I feel like it's going over the line, making fun of somebody who cannot control what's happening. And I think the same thing about the president, Biden. I don't like Biden. I've learned that he's done a lot of horrible things, and he's the one who should be indicted, and he's the one who should be in prison. Because of all the money. It's already been proven, all the shenanigans with China, with Ukraine, giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. Who knows where that's going. He's already proven to not be a good person, but his health is obviously failing. He cannot put a sentence together very well either. And he's falling down all the time. And to make a video, oh, his best fall yet, I just feel it again, goes over the line. Like, I don't know, I'm of two minds of this, and you tell me what you think of this, because yes, bad person, but do we make fun of a bad person when they're failing so badly? I don't know. I think it's kind of like how I feel with Amber Lynn or Chantal. I don't wish bad on them. I don't wish good on them. I just wish nothing. And if something bad happened to them or something good happened to them, neither of it matters. I don't care anymore. And I don't know if this is the way to think of our president. I mean, obviously, I don't believe that he was voted. I feel like he was selected, not elected. But I don't know, maybe making fun, maybe it's because I'm female, who knows? Maybe it's because I'm anxious as fuck right now because I have to go to the dentist later today and it's scaring the pee out of me. I don't know. I try not to put feeling into these things, but I just feel like making fun of people who cannot defend themselves is unfair. You take someone like Amber and Chantal, I mean, they're both mentally ill. I think that's been established. They both have a lot of issues besides their weight, and they have health issues, but they can still defend themselves. They still have mind enough to say rude, nasty things like go to hell, to someone who bought them some food. I feel like parodying them, making fun of them, is not as bad as making fun of a guy who doesn't even know where he's at most of the time. And although I like JP Sears, I feel like lately he's been going over crossing that line way too many times. And a lot of conservatives are, which makes me not want to even identify as conservative anymore. The whole uproar they've had over the Pride section of Target, I don't understand why they're making such a big deal out of it. I really don't. I don't think they're marketing to children. And even if they were, children don't really understand what the heck it's about. What they see, oh, pretty colors on a shirt. Great. People are happy when they wear it. Great. I mean, again, it's about as meaningful as wearing a Rams shirt or a 49ers shirt or a Dodgers jersey or something. It really doesn't make that much of a difference, and I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it, making such a big deal out of the bathing suits that have a tucking feature. As long as adults are buying it for themselves, it's in a section for adults. I mean, all it is a bathing suit. It's not like it's inappropriate looking. Kids see bathing suits. But as long as it's in a good section, I don't think it matters. What is a 5-year-old going to know for a tucking feature? What do they know about that? Do they know what that means? Probably not. And I don't think any of the bathing suits were made for children. I think they were all for adults. So I don't understand what all of the hubbub is about. Let people be people. I don't understand. But people like JP, they just dig into these things. It's the same with like the Bud Light thing. So many people have jumped on the bandwagon because Dylan Mulvaney was drinking a beer in one of her videos. So, I mean, I do understand, like, that's why I don't buy anything from Nike, because they supported that Colin Kaepernick. I think that's his name. I don't like that guy. I don't think he stands for anything except making money. So I didn't appreciate his hustle. I don't appreciate these people who use black as an excuse to get everything they can out of it, including trying to get reparations. Well, I think you know what I'm talking about. They're trying to get money. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get money for this false narrative that somehow they're still in slavery and suffering and we need to give black people money. I don't agree with that either. Race baiters. That's what they are. So I stopped buying from Nike for that reason, because I just thought it was stupid. So, if people really dislike Dylan, I don't think Dylan was even representing the beer necessarily. Yes, it was, low-key advertising, but Dylan wasn't, I don't know. I didn't see the big deal in it. Personally, Bud Light beer is disgusting. I don't know why anyone would drink it in the first place. If you want a decent beer, I'd say go Miller. Miller Genuine Draft is pretty good. But I just don't understand. Sorry, I'm definitely anxious today. So my thoughts aren't as clear as I'd like them to be. I apologize for that. But I did want to get this video out because it just bothers me. They don't need to take it this far. JP didn't need to make fun of Fetterman not being able to speak, nor did he need to make fun of the president falling once again. I mean, is the president even going to live through his term at this point? He looks so unhealthy, and he just looks completely vacant. But that's not making fun of him. That's a sad reality. And I don't know that it's appropriate to make fun of people who cannot help what's happening. It's a medical condition, or in Biden's case, he's just old. And it's not because of age. It's because he obviously has some form of dementia, Alzheimer's, and the falling and all of that. that just means that he's declining at a more rapid rate. And honestly, I find it kind of sad. As horrible a person as he has been in his past, and the stupid things that he does, and the stupid things that he puts into action, even though he's not cognizant of what's going on anymore, even putting that aside, he's still an old man who's struggling to survive, and I feel bad for him in a lot of ways. And same with Fetterman. Maybe he wasn't a good guy. I don't really know a lot about him. But he's still struggling, and you're poking fun at a medical condition that he couldn't control. So whereas like Amber and Chantal, they could learn how to eat better. You know, that would probably help with a lot of their health issues, but they just don't. And that also is sad. But they also say some terrible, horrible things. Both of them have abused their animals, and although Chantal's certainly above and beyond, they're not good people. So I just don't feel as bad with them. But when you attack somebody you can't help what's happening, I don't know. You tell me what you think about it, because it really bothers me. It makes me not want to watch JP anymore, because he just keeps pushing at these things. And he has some really good thoughts and ideas. I like most of the time where he's coming from, but he seems to be becoming, I don't know, maybe too right, if that's possible. And yeah. Oh, and making fun of transgendered people, saying that there's only two sexes, male and female. That's true. And a trans person is still a trans person. That doesn't mean that they automatically become the male or the female that they want to be. But they do want to be perceived that way. You know, it's called passing. They really want to pass. And I think real transgendered people, that's all they want, is they just want to pass and live their lives peacefully and not have to worry about things. And to point out consistently, oh, well, trans isn't real. No, trans is real. It's a real thing. You know, and telling a trans woman, well, you're not really a woman. I think they kind of know that. But they want to pass as a woman in public. It's not important to know if they're trans or not, unless, you know, you're getting a medical procedure or, you know, there's an emergency. Then you need to know those things, yes. But in general, just, you know, I identify trans women and trans men because that's what they are. But if I were to see a friend who's a trans woman, I wouldn't say anything but, you know, hi, Tina. And if somebody is working hard to present as the sex that they want to be, then there's nothing wrong with saying, oh yeah, that's a she, her. And that's okay. It's the people that I find, maybe the trans trenders. People haven't used that term in a while, but I think there are a lot of people who just want to feel special, and they don't really do anything to transition from one sex to the next, which makes it very confusing for the rest of us, because then we don't know. Are they female but wanting to be male? Are they male but wanting to be female? Because they seem to delight in confusing people. And I don't necessarily believe that those are really trans people, because trans people want to transition. That's their ultimate goal. It's not to laugh at people and make fun of them because they don't know what the pronouns are that they need to use for them. So I don't necessarily like people like that. I don't think they're real trans people. That's my opinion. But yeah, I think picking on them probably is the reason why there's a lot of trans trenders who just want to give a big FU to people who say those things. And I think we need to do a little compromise. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, real trans people, and I've known a few, they just want you to identify them as the sex that they want to be. And they try really hard to look like that gender. And if they're going to try that hard to look like that gender, then I am willing to acknowledge that and leave it alone. You know, it's their life, it's not mine. I'm not here to make things complicated for other people. I think that there's a level of respect that we need to give people. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on all those things. And JP, Sears, you talk about how religious you are, and how important Christianity is to you. And so I hope that you think about those things and, I don't know, try to be a little kinder, or maybe just not say anything about, like, Biden falling. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me what you think, and that's all I got to say.